2, 3, and 4. Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't have. Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't have. Find that you have so much. 頑張りすぎる自分に疲れてふと泣けてきた真夜中のバスルームでまだ手にしたことのない幸せがどこかにある気がして焦るのは年のせい楽しく生きてきたの何一つ悔やんでないけど曇った鏡のように明日が見えない Can't you see, can't you see 自由と孤独は二つでセット気ままなほど寂しさもついてくるDon't you know, don't you know 隣の芝生が青く見えたらこの庭に花を植えればいい Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't have. Find that you have so much. ないものねだりしながらみんな迷って生きてる大人になってからも足元に咲いた綺麗な花に気づくだけで人は嬉しい気持ちになれるのにいつか胸の奥に抱えたジレンマの迷路抜ければ本当に大事なもの知る日が来るだろう Can't you see, can't you see どんな道を選んだとしても悩みの数同じだけついてくる You can choose, you can choose 私が決める私のプライオリティ何をとって
Alright, hello everybody. I believe everything is working. I've tested everything. As you can see, we now have a lovely stream starting soon screen, which I just grabbed from Adobe. Very helpful. Yeah, hopefully everything's working. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. It should be the exact same as yesterday's audio levels, because I haven't changed anything since then. Yeah, I think it's all fine, so let's go. Actually, the audio is a little bit loud, isn't it? There we go. Okay, let's get rid of this starting soon screen. Alright. So, everything should be working. Just got to wait for YouTube to update. Yep, there you go. It should be fine. Okay, so in the previous stream, we were working on colored shulkers. And we mentioned at the very end that we wanted to try and make a Jeb shulker. So I think that's going to be the plan for this, for the first half of this stream. And then we'll try and move on and maybe make a more complex mod. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have to play it by ear, I think. Is going to be the best way to do this. So. Okay. Making a Jeb shulker. Let's do this. This shouldn't be too tricky. It's just going to be a little bit fiddly. So we're going to want our mix-in still. And I think the best way to do this is just override render. And all we're basically going to want to do... why mix in over event? Well, we can't really use events for this. Or at least not that I'm aware of. Theoretically, I could obviously replace the renderer with an event, but that means that if another mod wanted to do something to shulkers, I don't know why they would, but theoretically, obviously there wouldn't be compatibility if I replaced it. And plus, there's nothing wrong with mix-ins anyways. That was just old Lex speak, and we don't talk about Lex anymore, so I think the general consensus is mix-ins are fine as long as you're not doing anything, you know, stupid with them. Which I would like to think I'm not, personally, but alright, so we got our super.render, and I guess we want to first check the name, so we'll be able to get the custom name. So it does get custom name return null if they don't have a custom name. Yes. Okay. So I guess if they do have a custom name and the entity.custom name. Now, how can I get this as a string? Can I just use get string? Probably. And I'll just say if that equals Jeb underscore. What's that saying? May produce null pointer. Well, that's not true. It will not produce a null pointer because that's what this is for. But thank you anyways, IntelliJ. Alright, else, or in fact what we'll do is we'll just return and we'll put that there. Or should we do that the other way around? No, we'll keep it this way because I think this is easier to read when it's like this. Okay, let's grab the, just look in the shulker box renderer, because I think this is going to be our best friend. Not the shulker box renderer, I meant the sheep layer. Don't know why I went to shulker box. I'm pretty sure I can basically copy this. Let's see what that does. So let's do that, do that. Let's create these floats as well. And let's also rename the floats so we know what's going on here. So that's red, that's going to be green, and that should be blue. That don't need that. This is effectively like a timer, right? I'll just call that time. Should be okay. All right. I guess we can actually, there's no point having these initialized up here, like the sheep has it. So I'll just do those down here. There we go. Now we're going to want to copy. Okay, there's going to be a lot of copy pasting here, I think, unfortunately. Because we can't use a custom layer like the sheep does. So we'll have to, at minimum, transform this render leash to be public or protected. Actually, we don't need it to be public. And then we'll pretty much have to just copy paste this whole entire thing. Can anyone think of a better way than doing that? Is there a better way? Unfortunately, I don't believe there is. So is the model. Okay, the model is protected. That's useful because that means we can just do stop model. That will be fine then. Yeah, it's basically just changing the color. It'll basically be the color that's passed into here, render to buffer. I'm considering just straight up writing a mix into this living entity renderer instead. That might be better rather than having to copy paste all of this, because I'm writing a mix in anyways. So whether I write it in the shulker or in the living entity renderer, I don't think it really matters. The caveat with doing it in the living entity renderer is obviously that's going to run for every single entity. So it does become more expensive. No, this is for the entity, not for the box. Although I don't think it would really be any different, because the box kind of renders it pretty much the same way. I mean, the performance wouldn't be a massive hit to performance, but it's not going to be great either. You're going to be checking, an entity instance every single frame for every single entity that is inside the client world. That is quite a lot of entities, or it's going to be quite a lot of instance of checks. But then again, I don't think this code here is the most efficient code I've ever seen anyways. Like, yeah, some of this is not great code anyways. But that could just be decompiler stuff. Well, let's just pop a mix in here, because it is going to be like massively so much simpler to do that than copy it all. And obviously there's the whole debate about whether you should even copy vanilla code. like that. So yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. So we're still going to want this mixing in here. What's this? Shulker color is equal null is always false. Shulker color capabilities or else. But I'm saying or else null. Oh, because it's a parameter annotated as not null. Is that like an issue? Is that an issue? No? I don't really see how that's an issue. Like, why is that not null? It doesn't even say it's not null. Am I missing something? That doesn't say it's not null anywhere, does it? Anyways, I'm not going to worry about that because that's not the issue. Let's inject. We're going to say them. Oh no, not in here. Don't want to do it. Well, no, we don't want to do it in there. We want a living entity renderer mixin. Doing entity renderer. Okay, we are going to mix in into. Let's see. So we want to mix in into the render method. Is that right? Yeah. So object method is equal render. Which one is it? That one, I believe. Actually, there might be an alternative. There might be one more solution. If we go into the shulker model, all it does, right, is it calls, I think, render to buffer. Yeah, it calls this method here, render to buffer, which is inside of the list model, apparently. So theoretically, couldn't I override that method and call the super with the red, green, blue values that I want passed in? That would mean it only does it for shulkers, and I don't have to copy any code, and I don't even have to mix in, or, well, it would still be inside of a mix in, but I can just override the method. I think that sounds reasonable. Should we try it? I'm sure there's a caveat to doing it that way. I'm sure there's a reason you're not meant to do it that way. But if I can... No, we don't need an index, do we? We override, I think. So this would have to extend... what, list model of shulker, like that. Let's make it abstract, and let's rename this. So refactor, rename shulker. Well, the render to buffer still has the... oh, it doesn't. Never mind then. I thought for some reason render to buffer had the entity in it, in the context, but yeah, you're right, it doesn't. Never mind then. That would have been good if we could do it like that. But it wasn't going to happen. Just make sure that's in there. Yeah. Okay, so we still want to inject into the correct place, then inside render. You want to inject at... Now this is where it's going to get slightly complicated. So you can specify the target, right? So targets, and then you've got the value. I always forget what you're meant to put for each one. I think the value is where you say head, is that right? And then the target is where you would say, go back to living entity renderer. So we want this to be before render to buffer. The target is going to be render to buffer. Okay, render. And, oh, you're meant to prefix. I think I forgot to do that on this one. Yeah, I forgot to prefix. Shulker colors. $, get texture location. And this can be private, right? I believe. Shulker colors $ render. It's not giving me autocomplete for the target, which is a bit odd. No, I'm in the wrong place again. Why does it keep putting me in there? Welcome back, Vic7. Let's see. So there is one issue, is that it wants the T there. I don't remember how you deal with generics, to be honest. It's been a long time since I've done like in-depth mix and stuff. So fix method parameters. Fix method parameters. Okay, do I need to say T extends living entity? Yeah, there you go. So first of all, let's say if the entity is instance of a shulker and let's do, if it's not instance of a shulker, then we'll just return. I guess there is one issue here. We don't actually want to, like, we don't want to call this method if we don't want to call that a method if this doesn't happen. Also, does this have to be I'm sure you can have autocomplete. It normally works in here. Oh, because I'm putting in head. Duh. That's why. I was like, why is it not giving autocomplete? It's so weird. But yeah, that's why. But instead of an inject, maybe we need to redirect this. I've never used redirects, I'll be honest. Modify args? I've never used modify args either. But only ever used inject and like shadow and accessors. I need to get out my mixing cheat sheet. Okay, found my mixing cheat sheet. So I've got modify args. Oh, I see. So theoretically, I could just do that. Now, what do I take in here? Just an args. Okay. Now, I'm probably going to have to capture the locals. Is that right? So... okay. How do you capture locals? You say locals... no, how do you capture locals? Can you not do that in modify args? Maybe you can't do that in modify args, but I remember you can normally do locals is equal local capture dot, and like that. Damn, so we actually can't do modify args then. That's not that's not an option. Actually, no, it's not an option. No. You need to do an inject to your logic to save the needed data. I see. Interesting. I don't really think that's gonna work though. Because a renderer doesn't exist per entity, does it? A renderer exists for an entity type. Hello Ilya, welcome to the stream. How's it going? So assume that we inject into render. And rendering isn't multi-threaded, so there should be no collision. Yeah, but that's like, I don't mean multi-threaded. The issue is there's only one renderer per entity type, not per entity instance. So, like, sure, I could have a shulker. I could have that. But actually, I guess yeah, because they are okay, I get your point. They're rendered one at a time, so as long as I set it in render, I can then get it from here and then reset it, and then the next. Yeah, okay, I see. So should we just do this ahead? I don't think it really matters, does it? In the inject. We can have private void render. Now, if I just pass in a random parameter in here, I think it can fix it for me. Yeah, there you go. Say t extend living entity. Why was there no notification? There should be. Oh. TurdyBot has decided not to send one. Lovely. Can you do it, Ilya? Can you send a notification in there? Okay. Let's just do that there. And we don't need that anymore. You don't have permission to send a message in there? Okay, I might as well send it then. I'll fix the permissions later. Woo. What's the link? There it is. Alright, that should be sent now. So, shulker is null, then it returns. But let's do this first. So let's say if t entity is instance of shulker, this.shulker is equal shulker. In fact, I could even do the logic in this part here, right? So I could also say if shulker has custom name and shulker dot get custom name dot string dot equals deb underscore. Oh, I cannot type. Then this dot shulker equals shulker. And then that means in here, I can literally just handle it there. So let's copy this stuff. Hello, Elred Stonio. Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's get rid of that. Shulker. Ah, we don't have partial ticks. So once again, I'll have to do that in here. Oops, private float. Well, actually, I could get that from the Minecraft instance, but like, don't want to do that. Not really. We are working on dyeable shulkers, shulker entities. So you just right click it with a dye and it dyes it. And what I'm doing currently is adding a Jeb shulker. So Jeb underscore. So it goes rainbow mode. But it's a little more complicated than the rest, so yeah. Oh, that's red, that's green, that's blue. Or at least I hope so. You never know with Mojang. That's the timer. This is... Okay, what does this do? Interesting. Oh, so that just allows for the texture? Yeah, I'm modifying Vanilla's entity to do this. Colors. Color psi, I don't know. And this will be like, I guess, the index or something. And that's the next color index. So I'll name this current color index. Not that it really matters. I don't actually need any of these. Let's call this current colors. Next colors. I probably named some of these variables wrong, but once again, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, mix-ins are great. They've always kind of been, you know, frowned upon by, like, well, just Lex, really. But they're not that bad. They're really not. As long as you know what you're doing, they're good. And they're very useful for random weird stuff like this. Pattern variable hides field in class? Well, no it doesn't, because I can still access that using that. Okay, IntelliJ moment. Hello Lone Wolf, welcome to the stream. Okay. What are we doing now? Hello 86, welcome to the stream, everyone's joining in now. There's a lot of people here actually, interesting. Right, for some reason the stupid living entity renderer keeps closing, which I don't appreciate. So all we're doing is modifying those args. Is that right? So am I just doing args.set? Let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So am I just setting 4 to red? Args.set 5 green. Args.set 6 to blue. That can't be right. Surely that can't be right. Is it that easy? of course, I need to reset the shulker. So this dot shulker is equal null, and this dot partial ticks. I actually don't need to reset the partial ticks, but I'll do it anyways. Actually, I won't, because if I don't need to, then there's no point doing the extra, you know, allocation or whatever. That seems too easy though, because that's not very tricky, is it? Do these need to be added as unique? Name does not match the pattern for added mix-in members. Dot plus underscore. Okay, I can annotate them as unique, but what does it want it to rename it to? Oh. That makes sense. So you basically do the same thing as we should be doing in here. And you prefix it with your mod ID, $. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, I should have renamed this. Alt Shift R. $. Oh, there we go. Alt Shift R. Yeah, I know I can get the partial ticks from the Minecraft instance, but obviously that's like, you know, extra method call. We're talking literally nanoseconds, but you know, if you don't have to do an extra method call, then don't. It'd actually be 2 extra method calls, because you'd have to do Minecraft.getInstance dot partial ticks. But you know, we're once again micro optimizations, right? Let's just separate some of this out so I can understand this better if I need to ever again. Yeah, there we go. I think that's a better separation like that. So, should we try this out? I'm actually quite confident this won't work. But we'll give it a go. Hello, programmer. Welcome to the stream. I assume you are indeed a programmer, as most people here probably are. So, very inventive name. Oh! No class found, args $1. No args found, $. No class found, args $1. Am I using the wrong args? No. Let me have a look. Modify args, we give it the target. This target, by the way, oh no, never mind. Next, there's 2 render methods, isn't there? Do we have to do something special? Oh, don't tell me modify args is broken. Don't tell me that. It's Forge 1.20 now. Yeah, Forge 1.20 is stable as long as you don't use the latest version. You need to use Forge 47.1.3. Yeah, that's what you need to use. Modify arg is fine. Well, I mean, we could use modify arg, right? Modify arg would definitely work. We would just have to do this calculation here inside of here instead of doing it, you know, in here. And that also means we don't have to have these variables here. Is that right? Yeah, we actually wouldn't need either of those variables. So actually, in a way, this does make it simpler. Right? Because I can just do that. I can just have a simple private float red, green, blue. And then here I can use shulker. 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 Partial ticks there. And I can say this dot red is equal that. This dot green. And this dot blue. Oops. And then in here, I can use modify arg. Now, how does modify arg work? Let's see. So we just specify the index in here, do we? Index is equal. We start at what, 4? Was it? Does anyone remember if it was 4? What am I looking at? Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, number 4. So we start at number 4. And I'll say render red. And does this take anything in? I assume this takes in like a float. And it needs to return a float. That makes sense. And it just returns this dot red. Wait. No. It needs to return dot red not equal -1. Then it returns this dot red, or it just returns red. And if my understanding is correct, I just do the exact same thing for green and blue. Let me try it. Oh, wait. That's not gonna work. And I know that's not gonna work. So I am missing one popular thing. One important thing, I mean, is equal 1. And return. Wait. And value. Do the same for this. And hopefully That should work. I just need to change the indexes, so 5 and 6. Okay, let's try again. Hopefully that works. Okay, I see the issue for modify arcs. Don't worry, you don't need to ping me, because I've seen it. Okay. So, grab an anvil and a name tag. Let's go jab underscore. Okay, here we go. I honestly don't think this is going to work, but here we go. Oh! It does work. That's crazy. That's actually kind of crazy. First thing I was here. Okay, let me just test that if I reset it to something else, that it goes back to the color it should be. It does! Can you believe that? Oops. That's actually kind of crazy. It's a bit dark, I will say, because it's using the default texture. Maybe I should make it use the white texture if it's got jeb underscore, and that means it won't be so dark. Because obviously it's dark because it's using this texture here, the purple one. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. So let's just do that real quick. Should be fairly simple too. Should just be able to say if pnt dot as custom name and pnt dot get custom name dot string dot equals jeb underscore. Oops. First of all, we're going to return. Then we're going to say callback.set return value. Toggle render out of get texture location. Dye color dot white. And obviously we can't hot swap that, unfortunately. I am tempted to convert them to hooks so that we can hot swap stuff, but I think it's fine. So let's see if that fixes our darkness issue. Which I think it will. I'm like 95% confident it will. And then we can move on to something else, I suppose. I don't know what else we want to do in this stream. Where's the name tag gone? It's just disappeared. I mean, Dinnerbone already works, right? I'm pretty sure Dinnerbone would already work. Yeah, that's much brighter now. So that's like your normal colors. And we set it back to, you know, whatever. It should go back to its normal texture. Okay, let's try dye it a color. Let's go lapis. Not lapis, we can't use lapis. We have to use blue dye, don't we? So we'll grab 2 dyes because I want to test something. So I'm going to set it back to Jeb underscore. And then I'm going to dye it blue and see if it changes anything. It doesn't, that's good. Now let me just test that, you know, if I reset it again. You know, instead of doing this every single time, let's just grab 2 name tags. Okay, and we should see it comes blue. It does, that's good. So let's then set it to orange. Let's set it to Jeb underscore. Set it back. It's still orange. Okay, that's good. That's very handy to know. Let's leave and rejoin and just check that it saves. I don't know why it wouldn't save, but we'll check just in case. Yeah, there you go. So that still does save. Okay, should we test Dinnerbone? I'm 95% sure it does work. But is it not Dinnerbone? Does it have like a special way that you write it? I kind of forgot. It's been a very long time since I've done Dinnerbone. Yeah, you have to do. Is it? Underscore Dinnerbone. Oh, it needs a capital D. Is that actually a thing? Ah, yeah, it is. Yeah, so that does, you know, work as Dinnerbone would. What do you mean I've become grey? I have become grey, haven't I? That's interesting. Why have I become grey? I don't appreciate it. Let's see if I can figure out why. Color correction? I don't know why it would have become grey. It's not that dark yet. Well, I can do that. That better? Look, I'm no longer grey. Also, I apologise for the poor camera quality. It's just my silly little webcam, so it's not very good. But yeah, that all works. Look at that. Okay, what's next? Anyone got any ideas? The underneath of a shulker is so weird. No, you can't cross things out on YouTube, Lone Wolf. Okay, well, yeah. If you guys aren't aware, by the way, I have created a Google form. Try not to dox anyone here or whatever. Where people are basically suggesting, you know, what they think I should do. So this person suggested a client-side utility mod, which I found absolutely hilarious. Because obviously that just means hacked client. which I thought, yeah, that's pretty funny. I won't reveal their name, but you know, I thought that was quite funny. We also have custom shield, but obviously that doesn't really fit the 10 streams plus or minus 3, so I kind of ditched that one. We have this one, which is basically a camera mod. Well, this is Lone Wolf, so you know, thank you, Lone Wolf. I think this is a pretty good idea, like a proper whole thing. And then we also have a fourth one, which unfortunately I can't show on stream because I think YouTube would probably ban me if I shown it on stream. So there is a fourth one, but I'm not going to be doing that one, and I'm not going to be showing you that one either. I think you can probably view these responses yourself. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if responses are turned on to be public or not, but there is also a fourth one. But yeah, so far we haven't really had many suggestions. We've only had Lone Wolf's one, which I think is pretty good. But I'm not gonna just say yes to that one quite yet, because I would rather we get a few more people create some suggestions for it. Okay. Well, if you have a small suggestion, then tell me now, and we can do that in this stream. But, because yeah, I don't really think we have anything else to do in this stream other than that. Like, how long have we been live? Just about an hour. So, not long. We still have another hour or so, maybe. And a working clock, like digital or analog. I don't know why I forgot the word for analog there for a second, but digital or analog. I think both would honestly be very hard. Actually, I'm just trying to think. No, maybe it wouldn't be that tricky. I don't know that we could do it in an hour. We could try. We can try and speedrun it. But it's probably going to take us 20 minutes to even get a mod set up. Should we do that? No, Lone Wolf, it's not as simple as just turning OS stop time. And also, that's Lua. That's not Java. Like, getting the actual time, that's easy, but rendering that on like a digital clock face is fairly tricky. But we could do it. You'd probably just render the glyphs as a quad rather than rendering text. Not sure. Not sure which would be better. Should we do it? You know, I'll do a poll. Let's do a poll. Start a poll. Digital clock mod. Yes, no. But if you say no, then you guys have to give me a better option. So for every no that appears, I expect a better option to also appear in the chat. Okay, and I'll leave that poll running for a minute or so, just until we have a fair few votes. It's actually 50-50. You guys don't want to see me do rendering? I'm very disappointed. I'm very upset about that. Well, the thing is, Ilya, I don't really want to do entities, if I'm being honest. I don't like entities. They're not very fun. Because you have to deal with like AI, and you'd have to do like the models and textures, and it's just a lot of stuff that I am not good at, basically. Does anyone have the link to Matty Roberts' MDK thing? So that I can just use that. That would be great. If anyone has that. Oh, I think I found it actually. There we go, yeah, I found it. Let's hope he hasn't updated it to Neo4j yet. Okay, yeah, he hasn't, I don't think, so that's good. 1.3, we'll go mod ID. Well, the mod ID is going to depend on what mod we do, so for now I'll leave that blank. Actually, I'll bring it over here. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Yeah, okay, and then main class name, that's also going to depend. We'll go parchment. What's the latest one? So yeah, that one. Mod name, once again, and QWERTY. Side, both. License, LGPL. Are we gonna need, well, I guess it depends what we're doing, but I'll just add mix-ins anyways. Oh, and to keep it simple, I'll use access transformers, whatever. Okay, it seems like digital clock is the winner, and no one else has supplied a better idea anyways. So I think that's what we're going to stick with. So we'll go digital lock, or I'm actually hesitant to call it digital clock because it would be cool if I added an analog clock in the future, just like theoretically. Obviously, if I call the mod digital clocks, then I could never do that. Yeah, it's actually very useful for creating an MDK. And hello, Lerwin, by the way, welcome to the stream. Not gonna lie, Ilya, I read something completely different from that. Well, not completely different, it's only one letter different. But yeah, I read something completely different to what you said there. What's the funniest bug you've ever encountered? I don't know. I mean, I encounter so many bugs doing you know, the janky stuff that I generally do. You know, I'll leave this, in fact, I'll link this in the stream description if anyone is interested. Because this is very useful, so, you know, if anyone does want to use it, then. I kind of want to just call the mod ID clocks, but that's really short and not great. Oh yeah, I should do that. That is a good point. Like more. God, how do I share? There we go. Link, shorten link, copy, edit. That's cool. And I'll go suggest form. There we go. A mod that whenever you craft an item around a mob spawns. I mean, that's too simple. We could do that in like 10 minutes. If you made it so snow can form on anything, that would be quite complicated. And I think someone's already done that. Isn't there that mod? I don't know what it's called actually. Minecraft mod no stairs. There's a data pack, but that's not what I'm looking for. Because I don't know what it's called, but I'm pretty sure a mod like that already exists. Clockwise. Yeah, that is pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, let's do that. It's decided, people. It's decided. Clockwise it is. Clockwise a mod that adds... Gotta make sure I spell this right. Oh! in an attempt to try and make sure I spell it right, I spelled it wrong. In a good way, to be fair. But anyways. A mod that adds clocks. I'm terrible at mod descriptions, by the way. If you're not already aware. No one should ever allow me to do mod descriptions. Okay, let's download. Ready? It's going to dox me. Or not? Is it not going to download? Oh, there we go. That took a while. Okay, I'm going to create a new folder called Clockwise. I'm going to open that MDK. Extract it here. Okay, let's delete some stuff. Oh, I don't need to delete anything because Matty is an absolute genius. And he's done that for me. Interesting. Okay, let's import this. So let's go File, Open, and Clockwise. There we go. That work? IntelliJ, please. There we go. Okay, let's close this. We don't need that. Is there anything else I can close? No, not really. Did I see your new suggestion? I have not, but let me have a look. That is very goofy. Yeah, that is super goofy. Okay, whilst this is doing this, what has Matty put, like, in here? He's put, like, all the basic stuff in there, but I don't really want any of that. I do want the logger, though. That's very useful. Thank you, Matty. Righty, there you go. Let's do that. Do that, do that. Oops. Log utils.get logger. Oh, that's using a Mojang logger. Didn't know that existed. What I'll do is I'll do logger factory though. I'll get logger by mod ID. That's generally what I do. It doesn't really make a difference, but I'll do that. Okay, let's just check the resources. Is there anything in here? Also, Tomo, nice. Let's look at settings.gradle, gradle.properties, build.gradle. What Forge Gradle version is this using actually? Oh, it's still Forge Gradle 5. I was going to say, it didn't look like Forge Gradle 6, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we are going to want the constructor. Just a normal constructor, as you do. We'll go event bus bus, basic stuff, and let's do item init dot items dot register bus and block init dot blocks dot register bus, and also block entity init dot block entity dot register bus. Okay, let's create these classes. Item init. We'll go new class block init and a new class block entity init. Okay, public static final deferred register. Basic stuff. I should have just copied this from the example mod. That might save some time here, but I'm not actually going to speedrun this, by the way, everyone, if you are curious, because I'm not good at typing, so I would just mess it all up. Do I want to copy that? Yeah, fuck it. Do that, and then import that. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Same in here. Block entity type, please. Okay, nice. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can read, which is always a lovely thing to be able to do. Okay, shall we start with registering the block? So public static final registry object of go digital block digital clock equal blocks dot register. Basic stuff. And we go block behavior dot properties dot of. Now I never know what to do for these settings here, to be honest. I'm just going to do dot strength. Generally, I just go with like 7 and 15 because I think that's roughly what cobblestone is. But yeah, I don't know. We want no occlusion as well because we're going to do a custom model for this. And anything else we want in there? We could do the sound, I guess. So sound type dot. What should we do for the sound type, people? What's a good sound type for a clock? Maybe a lantern will do. We can always change it later. And let's create, oh, not a scratch file. Create a new package for block. Oops, not a Kotlin class. Get out of here. Okay, we want the new block entity. We're also going to want get ticker. We want the constructor. Nice. And we're going to want the rotation as well. They're actually horizontal like that. Let's register the default state. So let's dot default block state dot set value facing direction dot north. Let's grab the, what is it? I always forget what this method is called. Because it's changed so many times recently. Yeah, this one. That's it. People add facing. And we're also going to want state for placement. And we're going to return. I hate that I have to annotating these. Return. Default block state dot set value facing p context dot get horizontal direction dot opposites. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Digital clock dot get dot create. We're going to pass in the pause and the state. In here, we're going to return. Does it need to tick actually? No, because it's client side, right? All of the rendering is going to happen client side. So it doesn't need to tick actually, which is going to be very helpful. Okay, so blocking it, that's done. I mean, we don't need to tick, right? Because actually, I guess it depends how complex do we want to make this clock, right? Do we want to make it so you can, for example, set the time zone of the clock? If that's the case, then we do need it to tick server side, because then it would need to sync the time of that time zone to the client. But if it only stays as like the time zone, I suppose even if it stays as the time zone of the server, Hmm. That's an interesting dilemma, actually. What do you guys think? Oh, you think it should be the in-game time? That's not very interesting, though. Right? But then... I guess, okay, assume that I did do time zones, right? If I did time zones, then maybe I could add like a time zone for Minecraft, right? Maybe Minecraft would be the default time zone, and then you could set it to like a real world time zone. Maybe. I don't know. That's just like the idea I'm having right now. But tell me what you guys think. Yeah, I was thinking it would just be like a GUI, like you right click it and it brings some kind of like drop down menu, right? I don't know. Let's do that and then let's go block. No, we want the... Oh, wait. Wait, now I'm confused. Block item. We want the block and then the item properties. New item.properties. We're gonna need the tabs as well. So let's do that. Let's create a new class for tabs. Yeah, I went with clockwise. I think it is pretty good. Go at subscribe event, public static void. How do you do it? Is it register tabs and then creative mode tab mode? How do you do it? I haven't done. Registry event tab event. Let's go this one and see. Is my room getting dark? It probably is getting really dark, isn't it? Yeah. It might be better if I just turn the camera off. Because like I can turn up the... I can do that. It kind of works, but it's a bit weird, isn't it? Hell yeah. Let's go orange too, whilst we're here. That's extremely goofy. It's probably better if I just turn the if I turn the camera off, because I can't really do anything to resolve this problem. Actually, I don't know why it's grey though. That is a bit weird, isn't it? Like, it's definitely grey. It's like not... We can try what I tried earlier when I was talking to Ilya. Hey. See, that works. Who needs studio lights when you have a phone? It's creepy. But it does work. Like, hello. I look like I am real now. I can just plug my phone in, it's fine. If it runs out, it's fine. I'm not going to be streaming for that much longer anyways. But how do you register a tab? Does anyone know? Tab registry event. Creative mode tab. Creative mode tab. There's the creative mode tab registry. But I'm pretty sure there's an event. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's a deferred register, isn't it? It is, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Have I just made that up? I think I've made that up. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to have to watch my own tutorial. Isn't that crazy? Okay, here we go. Parameters here that we don't know what they are. These do, I'm only familiar. It is, but it's registries.creative mode tab. So it's registries. Registries, there you go. Dot creative mode tab. And then the mod ID. I was gonna say, like, I'm sure it's yeah, I was sure it used deferred register now. And it does. Let's actually move this tab in it into the init package. The public static final registry object or creative mode tab. I'll just call this tab, I think. Creative tabs.register. I'm gonna have to bring that back, you know. Parameters here that we don't know what. Okay, so we just call that like the name of the tab. Just do clockwise.mod ID. And then we want our supplier of creative mode tab.builder. Builder, and then the title, so we'll do component dot translatable. There you go. Item group dot clockwise dot mod ID. Icon. We'll do item init dot digital clock item dot get default instance, and we'll do display items, and then we'll build it. We'll do that. Okay. Let me move my mic out of the way a little bit so that my phone can actually, like, see me. Like, if I do... Oh, God, that's blinding. That's blinding. Let me move forward. Is that better? That's kind of goofy. What about the... God, that is blinding. I'm getting blinded. Can we do without? let's go without. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to lose the webcam because I'm getting absolutely blinded by that light. Okay, so let's go display items. Let's grab those. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go item init dot items dot get entries for each item registry object, the output dot accept item registry object dot get. Let's do item there. And let's just move that there. And I'm going to move this on a new line so that we can still see that. Okay. What they are, we can do here. But accept. We're adding this to our list up here. But have 4 jobs. Just see effect here. Okay, we want. No, we don't want that, do we? Okay, we just need to register the deferred register though. So we don't need that, by the way. So we'll go creative. Or what did we call it? We called it tab init. Which is kind of cringe actually, so we'll change that. So let's refactor, rename, creative mode tab init. Alright, so that's that. That's that. Let's do the block entity. Public static final. Registry object. Block entity type of digital block entity. Digital block is equal block entities dot register digital block layer block entity type dot builder dot of this on new, and then we'll pass in the block. And we need to build that, of course. So build null. Let's actually put this on a new line, and then we can do that. Yeah, sure. That's okay. So let's create a new package for block entity. Create a new class. Basic stuff, really. Oops. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's that. Nice. Let's go to the block class again. Make sure that's fine. Okay, we are going to want it to tick, I think. So we'll get ticker. And let's just fix these. Can I slow down? Why do I need to slow down? This is not a tutorial no more. We'll do that, and then we'll just say p block entity dot tick. And generally what I like to do is I like to create a new interface, which is basically what I did in my tutorial the other day. And that is create a just tickable block entity. And if I do void tick, and I'll create the ticker helper as well, so we can do. I can't remember exactly how this method went, so I'm gonna. Yeah, just put me on 0.5 speed. If only you could do that live. That'd be insane. But I don't think I'm talking that fast. But I am trying to speedrun this a little bit. Levels, there we go. So that just keeps it the same thing. That means in here I can just implement the interface, override tick, and I can just return tickable block entity dot get ticker level. Easy. How easy? So let's just have a private time zone. No, what's the time zone thing? Zone ID, that's it. Zone ID. Although if I want this to work for Minecraft time zone, I guess I could just say like if it's null. If it's null, then it will use the Minecraft. I mean, you'll just be watching the actual live stream in 0.5, but you won't be live. You'll get stuck behind quite quickly. That's saving. We also want loading. Okay. So we'll do saving first. Bar one ID. We'll go clockwise. Data is equal a new compound tag. Clockwise data dot put time zone. Zone ID equal null. Then we'll say non-applicable or zone ID dot get ID. And we'll just put string like that. And the first person to pronounce your username right? Benny Ven? I don't see how you could pronounce that wrong. Unless I just said it wrong. It doesn't seem like it's that hard of a thing to say. I mean, there's only so many ways that you could say it, right? You could say like Beniven, you could say Beniven, you could say Beneven, maybe? I mean, I think that's basically the only ways you could say it. Benny Ben. Or Ben Ivan? No one would say Ben Ivan. That doesn't really make sense. Benny Ben. I guess that could make sense if you read it slightly wrong. See if it has first the if it contains a time zone. Let's get it as a string first, so oops, did that wrong. And then I just say this dot zone ID is equal time zone equals NA, then null or time zone. No. Zone ID dot of time zone. Zone ID and then. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter actually. I'll just do time zone. And I'll call that time zone as well. Where who keeps doing Tata emotes? I keep seeing them pop up in chat. Just in the corner of my eye. We are going to want to sync this to the client. Or are we? Okay, but now I think we won't. Oh, I just hit my mic. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I apologize if it was. Let's just do the block entity renderer. So we'll do client. We'll pick the new package for renderer. And because I know we need it in the future, I'll create model 2. And we'll do clock, digital block entity renderer. In fact, let's just do digital clock renderer, because it's pretty clear that it's block entity. Block entity renderer. Like that. We need the render method. And we also need a public digital clock renderer. Now what do we take in here? We need a block entity renderer, entity provider, or like context or something. Yeah, that's it. Oops, I meant to do that for all matches, but oh well. Alright, so what we want to do is we're first going to grab the zone ID. The zone ID, time zone, is equal time zone. Let's just do that and say that this is nullable, by the way. Let's just do that as well. So this can be nullable there. Equal p block entity. Look at time zone. Okay, so we're going to say if time zone equal null, right? This means it's going to be using the Minecraft time. Using Minecraft time. We'll get an else statement there. What's happening? So basically, we're just creating a digital clock. That's the idea. It shouldn't be too hard, but we'll see. We will see. Because we're going to want a UI. That part might be a little bit of a pain. And we're also going to need to render the text, which is going to be a little bit of a pain too. Okay, let's open Blockbench. Let's just create a very simple model. Something like that, I suppose. Maybe a little bit wider. God, I've forgotten the Blockbench controls. Something like that, maybe? Opinions? That's fine. For some reason my Blockbench is being a bit weird, actually. I haven't forgotten the controls, so they're just being a bit weird. Like, this doesn't quite seem right. I know... Yeah, something's not right. Anyway. Screw one more up. I thought you could move around with WASD, but apparently you can't. Okay, bye bye Lone Wolf. Okay, I think this is fine as like a fairly basic model. Just add a bit on the back. Honestly, I've never owned a digital clock, so you know. But I guess legs kind of makes sense. Just like basic stubby legs. Sure, let's get a reference to digital clock. I mean, most of them are just kind of like a box. Not that. I'm trying to get an example, but like they're all bringing me completely different things when I actually click on them. I mean, it's generally just like a box, not even feet, not like anything. They're just boxes. But I think feet does make sense in this particular circumstance. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's just call this the main, whatever. It doesn't really matter because this is just a block model. Okay, in the head, you've always got to scale it up. Boom. Okay, so let's create a texture. Oh, I've got to select it, of course. Just give it a save. Find a way to save it. So, source, main, resources. Create a new folder for my assets, and then create a new folder for model ID. Oops. So let's just call this digital underscore block. Okay, let's edit it. So I'm obviously, as you know, as everyone knows, I'm a professional artist. So here is my professional art. Let me pull this over here so I can see what I'm doing. As you can see, super good art. Let's do that. And then, since this is the screen, make it a little bit brighter. And boom. Done. Nice and simple, right? Look, it looks so good. Looks great. No, we actually want to do both. Let's just go. Go. And then create my block models and my item models. Boom. close block bench. Oh wait, no, we needed the voxel shape. Go black. Go back. Yeah, there you go. We need the voxel shape, so let's go file, export. I've got to select that, don't I? So file, export, voxel shape. I think it's that one. Never mind, not that one. It's the other one. Go block class. We want shapes where it says voxel shapes though. And this is Boolean op. So private static final voxel shape. Shape is equal make shape. Now, what we probably want actually is a map of direction to voxel shape. And I'm going to grab my code for this. Just trying to think, where is this going to be? Okay, we'll look in here. Here? Yeah, that'll do. So we'll run calculation on make shape. Make shape. There we go. And then all we need is that. Whatever, that's fine. Nice, so that should be the voxel shapes handled. Okay, that's the easy part. For now, yeah, this will just be the Minecraft time. So we'll go... I'm probably going to get Copilot to help me here. He'll probably do it all for me. That? No, just that. Go percentage D. Percentage D. We need the level first of all. So let's go level. Level. If level is null, we return. But then we can just say level.get game time. That gives us seconds. That gives us minutes. That gives us hours. That's not right. Like that. There you go. Is it going to know how to render the text? I highly doubt it. I'd be shocked if it knows how to render text. Yeah, it doesn't. I was going to say, there's no way. Because I'm not even sure how to render the text as it currently is. So I use this time.length. Why? Oh, we don't want to do that anyways. So Copilot is pretty good sometimes for like certain things. Here it does kind of seem to know what it's doing. The caveat is it doesn't understand what get game time is, because I'm pretty sure get game time is, yeah, we actually want get daytime, not get game time. Why does it do minutes modulo 60? Oh, right, yeah. That makes sense. Took me a second to realize what it was doing there. So we do want to push the stack. Okay, and here I'm going to disable Copilot because it's not going to know what I want to do. And I want to draw a string of text. The question is, how do you do that nowadays? Because drawString has moved into GUI graphics. So I don't think I can just get a GUI graphics, can I? But I think if I do Minecraft.get_font, I can only draw in a batch. Which might work. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about signs, actually. Okay, so sign renderer. Render sign with text, render sign text. There we go. Okay. So let's translate some text, which we don't, well, we will need some kind of translation, but for now I just want to get actual text in there, and I'll worry about translation afterwards. Also delete that now because we don't need that. Why does it do that? Why is that closed that? So annoying. I hate that IntelliJ always keeps doing that. Yeah, so what's it doing? Yeah, it's drawing in batch. Okay. What's flag? Flag is outline. Okay, I don't need to worry about that. Line height, and it just uses the. I see. It just uses the post stack as the matrix. Okay, and what is this dot font? Is that just setting the const? Oh. I guess I should also do that then. Sure. This dot font is equal context dot get font, and I can just do this dot font, draw in batch. We're going to draw time. Let's just see this again. What is F? Would you like to tell me? Just the X position, okay. What do they use as F? F is just the width. Okay, I see. That makes sense. I'm just going to do 0 for now. And for the Y, I'm also going to do 0. And then the color and the drop shadows. For the color, for now, I'll just do like red, drop shadow false. Then it's the matrix, is it? So pose stack dot last dot pose. Then it's the buffer, the display mode. So buffer display mode dot polygon offset. I don't know what that means, but that's what the sign does, so I'm going to use it. Background color and then pack light. Okay, so background color 0. Now, do we have the pack light? We do have pack light, so I don't know why they don't just use that too. Pop, I mean, not push. And actually, I need to do that outside of this if else. And I'm just going to have a string time. And I'll just set that there. Time is equal unapplicable for now. Okay. Let's just try and see if that works. And I'll continue from there based on whether or not that works. So we're going to want some kind of event handling. So I'll go client mod events at mod event bus, whatever. Basic stuff, right? So do those. And we want the register renderers event. Oops. Because we need to register that block entity renderer. So block entity init. There we go. Digital clock.get and then digital clock renderer new. Lovely. Am I missing anything? Probably. Let's do the block state. Let's do the, normal stuff, really. So digital block.json. Y slash digital block. Let's close these as well. Okay, let's do the block states. Welcome back, Mr. Ilya. Things are going fairly well, I think. We are about to test it. I'm just doing the JSON stuff. I'm trying to remember this off by heart, but I think that's right. Not sure. I'm a little bit skeptical. The east. So clockwise colon block. What's that? Digital block. And oh no, this is wrong actually. Now that I look at it, because these need to be in their little brackets, and I need to say the model. Is that like that? So then I can do the Y90. Facing is equal south. We do the exact same thing. I didn't mean to do that. And Y 180. I'll do the exact same thing for the west, but for 270 of course. What am I missing? So we want to do the lang. Do lang. So we first want the item group. So item group dot clockwise. I'll just say clockwise. Very simple. Oh no, not that. That's completely thrown me off. Clockwise, digital and clock. I knew that was going to happen at some point. I was just waiting for it. It was inevitable. It's only so many times you can miss. You can spell it right until it inevitably happens. Do slash right clockwise. Directory loot underscore tables / slash blocks. Is it blocks or is it block? I don't know. I think it's blocks, plural. Okay, we want our good old misode. Boom, nice and simple. Okay, have I missed anything? Probably, but let's give it a run. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed, everyone. Keep your fingers crossed. And if everyone crosses their fingers, then it might work first try. Maybe. But we have to hope. We have to have hope.
Press enter to enable the narrator.
Okay, go creative. Come on, fingers crossed. I have high hopes. Okay, so far, good. Oh! Wow. Quite big, hey? And it's actually not showing the correct time, which is not what I expected would happen. Let's figure out why. Hours, minutes. Okay, let's... Oh, I'm not in debug mode. God damn it. Should go millis like that. Oh. We'll try again. Yeah, I don't know why that would be the case, so we'll have to have a look. I'm going to guess that maybe the client can't see the daytime, but I don't know why that would be the case. That would be super weird. Hello heads, welcome to the stream. Just get back in here. I see. So that's obviously not in... That's got to be in ticks then. So if we wait a minute, this should change to 0001. So what is a minute in ticks? That's going to be, what, like 60 times 20 times 60? No, that can't be right. Is it just 60 times 20 then? No, because that would just... Oh, wait! Does that say 1? Oh, it's upside down! I was like, what's going on? That's why. So if we just scale by 0, -1, 0. Hello, Wide. Welcome back. Oh. Nope. Need to get those at 1. Silly me. Where's it gone? Oh, it's on this side now. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's move it up. We'll do post stack. And in fact, we will... Let's scale it down first, actually. Let's do point, like, 16 or something. Interesting. This doesn't appear to be the daytime though, does it? This is more just the time since the day started, or time since the game started, basically, right? Game time is exactly the same, though. Yeah, this is the new music. I love it. It's quite loud, actually, though. We will turn it down a little bit. But it's really good music. It's great. I'm gonna want like 0.016. Yeah. That's pretty good size, actually. We're gonna want to flip that round on the Z-axis, though. No, not the Z-axis. X-axis. Yep, there we go. Let's first translate it by like 0.5. Okay, not quite 0.5, so we want maybe 0.25. This is where it gets fiddly. Try 1.6. Wait, no, that's the wrong way. 3.2. It's pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay. And then we'll go point, like what, 7.5 on the X? Not quite. 0.7. Okay, and then we'll move it on the Y. to 2.3. Okay, we do actually need to scale it down a little bit more. A little bit more. So we'll go 1.35 maybe. 1.35, no. There you go. And then we can mess around to these a little bit more. So this can be 6.5 maybe. Not quite 6.35. Oh, wrong way. 6.75. 6.8. Wait, which way is that going? 6.9. No, that's the wrong way again. 6.65. 6.6. Yeah, that'll do for now. It's close enough. It's a bit too high up now though, so we'll go down to 2.5. And we basically need it in the middle of 2.5 and 3.5, so we'll go 2.75. Nice. And is the Z correct? Not quite. So we'll go 3.75 on the Z. And that is actually perfect for the Z. And in fact, that might be perfect for the X and the Y as well. Okay. So, all we need to do now is figure out why this is not giving us the daytime. There's this daytime here. But that seems to be the exact same thing. Okay, well if I do get time of day, partial tick, what does that give us? A float? Why does that give us a float? Oh, I tried. Lure a moment. So what is that float then? 0.6, 0.17. Oh, okay, I see. Let's stop that. No, let's just stop like there. I think I get it. So when it says 18, we're talking like this is 6 PM. I'm pretty sure. So this is actually the, what do you call this? Like, no, that doesn't make sense. That can't be right. Let's try it out, actually. Let's go all the way to time set midnight. That's 50? Midnight is 50. I'm so confused. How do I get the time of day? What about if I try and get the level data and get it from here? That's 19. Let's see if it loops back round to 0 when it reaches 0. Because if so, then it's going to be between 0 and 24. So we'll have to see. I don't think that's the case, actually. That doesn't quite seem right, does it? Nope, it's just still going. Is there a way to see what the time of day is like in-game? Anyone know? Really? Daytime. Does that add up? That does add up. times 1. That's what I want to get. Oh, no, wait, no. Do I want to get that? No. I want to get... 15,200? Right, so that's the game time. So we do want the daytime. So it's going to be between 0 and 2,400. So if I say int hour is going to be millis, it's first of all modulo of 24. Thousand. That gives us the hour. If I divide that by, let me say, day time is equal millis. It's not actually millis, it's ticks. But sure, modulus 24,000. So then I can do daytime divide by what, 1,000 to give us the hour. If I do that as a float as well. And I'll do match.floor. Let's do int. And then int minutes is equal, and Copilot can pick that out for me. It's too late to do math. Sure. Oh, I should remove that. And that doesn't really look like 4 AM, does it? An entity that attracts other entities? I mean, you could just make a follow goal, right? So you just have your entity follow another entity. It's kind of right, but it's not right, if you know what I mean. Like, this is midday and it's saying it's 5 AM because that's what the game time is saying it is. It obviously isn't right. So I'm wondering if I need to add 12,000? Let me try it. No, because that means that's not going to be right. So add 6,000 and then that should be right. So that means it's 1245, 1246. That looks about right. that look right to you guys? Oh, I always forget this. That, so what does day give? Let's see. I see, yeah. Daytime. Okay, let's set it to midnight. Yeah, 00, there you go. Time set day. 7 AM. Time set night. 7 PM. Time set noon. 12 PM. Nice. So that is pretty much working then. Now that was probably the easy part. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. I think I'm probably going to end the stream here, actually. It's quite late, isn't it? How long have we been going? Let's see. Almost 3 hours. Should we go... We'll go to the 3 hour mark. We'll make it to the 3 hour mark. Why not? So. Here's what we're going to do. I don't know why I closed the game there, actually. Oh well. We're going to do this for time zones. The caveat meaning we are going to have to sync the time zone that the block entity has. Should we try and do the GY, shall we? I think that's a good idea. Let's go new class, and we'll go digital block green. Also, I will be right back. Can't hear me. Okay, now you can hear me. I am back. Now, I put my fan on. Tell me if it's too loud, because it is pointing directly at my mic, so it might be too loud. If so, let me know. Although according to OBS you can't hear it. I don't know if that's true though. So, we have our screen, which will just extend a screen. Okay, you can't hear it, that's good. That means I don't have to worry about it. That means I can just keep it on. The title is equal component dot translatable. And we go screen. Or is it GUI? What does vanilla do? GUI. And they do GUI. Okay. Now I'll do GUI dot. Yeah, that. Thank you. Copilot, but you can go away now. As helpful as you are sometimes. Now this doesn't need to be a menu, luckily, so this can be a lot easier. But we're going to want render, and we're going to want, more importantly, init. Init, bruv. So, I don't think it does have noise suppression. Oh no, it does. I added a noise suppression on OBS. I completely forgot I did that. Let's quit Minecraft as well, because that's kind of... Okay.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Count what you have,
So,
don't count what you don't have.
first of all, let's set these to not null. Now what we're going to want? We're going to want a search bar. So let's go, first of all, this could be private, that's fine. A private search bar. I thought Mojang had a search bar. What do they call it? No, okay. We'll just go with text input then. No text input. Oh, text field. It's completely what they call input field. Input text input. Let's see what it's called. Let's go to the edit box. Right. We're going to want a private scroll panel. Needless to say. Right, so hey man, are you streaming? No, I'm not streaming. You're purely imagining it. I would never stream. Yeah, this dot search bar is equal to a new edit box that wants a font. So this dot font. Then we have the X position, which this dot left was, which we don't have. So set up then. No, private final it. We want an image width. Do we? We do. Currently, I don't know what those are going to be. I'll just set 0, but we'll change them in a minute. More importantly, we want a private int left pos, a top pos. And then this dot left pos is equal. Left pos is 0, right? Oh no, it's not. It's left dot. It's dot. Now. It's dot. Wait. You can do this dot image width. What the hell is happening? Is that correct? For some reason that doesn't feel right. No, that is correct. I don't know why that looked wrong to me, but... let's say +4. A little bit of indentation. Image width, -8. And for the height, we'll say maybe... getting attacked by mozzies. We'll say 60. Give it a empty component. And render widget. That's the search bar, and then we want a stop. Widget. Scroll panel. Oh god. Okay, we'll create a class for that then. This. Scroll panel. Scroll panel. There are methods. And the super. This doesn't need to be static actually, so we can just say this Minecraft. That parameter. Then the width, which is once again going to be this dot image width, 8. Height, this dot height, -8. 16. Or like another 4. So 28. The left was this dot left was plus 4 dot top was plus 8. Not 28 plus 20. I think we need to do something from the search bar, I mean. I don't remember exactly what I've set forwarded. Right. An editable true. Set focused true. Search bar dot set. Okay, we're going to want a responder, but not right now. In here, we're going to want a private final map of be the time zones. So we can make this static, right? This doesn't need to, it does need to be. So you can do this, start time zones. Available stone IDs. Sure. 4. So, but start time zone. Put b dot off. So we'll make this one static. So this will be the static one. So in static units, do this. And then down here, map 3. Okay. Time zones. Be basically available. Like those. Because we're also going to want to filter it out based on autocomplete. Say collection. I think we can do this. This might not work with maps actually, but we'll try. No, that doesn't work with maps, unfortunately. So we'll say, can I do? I can't even do add all though. Okay. Oh, that does exist. Never mind. Yeah. So the content height is going to be, it starts time zones. Dot size. Applied. 16. Reasonable. Okay, whatever, I don't care. I want a nation. G dot focused. Default or not? No. anyways, I think stop it here. We've been going for quite a while. It's 3 hours now, and I think that's enough. So obviously, I hope you guys enjoyed, I suppose, and obviously I will probably do another stream at some point where I'll just finish this off, and then the stream after, hopefully, I'll go through the development stream ideas that you guys have suggested, and hopefully there'll be more by then. Choose one, continue that for a series of weeks. But yeah, I'll see you whenever. So yeah, goodbye.